Professional communication. Components of effective professional communication. In the working environment of a technician involved in the operation and maintenance of unmanned aerial vehicles, professional communication plays a key role in ensuring the fluidity of operations, the effectiveness of repairs, and the safety of the entire operational process. One of the most important tools for this communication is properly maintained technical documentation. These records not only enable the transfer of information between team members, but also form the basis for contact with customers, supervisors, auditors, and representatives of regulatory institutions. Professional communication in this context takes the form of structured communication of technical, operational, logistical, and formal information, using properly prepared and standardized documents. However, in order for documentation to fulfill its communication tasks, it must be supported by a set of principles and components of effective professional communication. The effectiveness of this communication consists of, among other things, clarity and ambiguity of the message, use of a common language and standardized formats, timeliness of the information and accessibility and security of the data. Professional technical communication also requires a logical structure of documents, compliance with procedures, and openness to feedback. Every technician should also be linguistically and digitally competent to efficiently navigate a multi-channel documentation environment. All of these components together form the basis for the effective and responsible exchange of information that is essential when working with drones. The types of technical documents that have a communication function and diverse and range from those related to day-to-day operations to planning and reporting activities. Among the most important documents are technical reports, which are created by service technicians after the UAV has been serviced, repaired, and inspected. Such a report contains a detailed description of the technical status of the device, faults detected, components wear and tear, tests performed, as well as recommendations for further action. This type of documentation is communicated both internally to supervisors or technical planners and externally, for example, to the customer who receives feedback on the condition of the entrusted equipment. The professionalism of this document is reflected in its transparency, compliance with documentation standards, and the technician's ability to formulate conclusions in a precise and factual manner. Another important type of document to support professional communication is work orders and so-called work orders. These types of documents are issued by those responsible for planning or managing technical maintenance and contain specific instructions regarding the scope of activities, completion dates, resources required, and personnel assigned. The work order acts as a formal transmission of a task that must be carried out according to specific procedures. Once the work has been carried out, the document often returns to the issuer with a note on the progress of the implementation, the problems encountered, and the final results. In this way, it provides a two-way communication channel from the principal to the contractor and back again, ensuring full transparency and operational accountability. Standard operating procedures are also of particular importance in team and organizational communication. Documents of this type define in detail how to perform specific actions, from preparing the drone to flight, through the principles of safe takeoff, navigation, landing, to activities related to maintenance, disposal of materials, and handling emergency situations. SOPs serve an educational and coordinating function, enabling all team members to operate according to uniform proven patterns. Communication through SOPs eliminates guesswork, ambiguity, and individual interpretation, leading to greater predictability and the way the work results are repeated. They are also the basis for training, certification, and internal quality audits. Service logs and technical notes, which are operational in nature and are kept on a daily basis, also have an important place in daily technical practice. They record all the activities carried out on the UAV on a given day, the materials used, the tools employed, and comments on the further use of the equipment. These types of documents are particularly useful when several technicians are working on the same piece of equipment in rotation or in shifts. The service log enables information to be passed on smoothly and work to continue without the need for time-consuming introduction of subsequent people to the current situation. From an internal communication perspective, it is an essential tool for maintaining business continuity. When repairs, inspections, or flight operations are carried out on behalf of a client, the final report provided to the client becomes an extremely important document. This type of document should be prepared in a professional, accessible, and unambiguous manner. It should include both technical data and an interpretation of the results of the work. Information on potential risks and suggestions for next steps. Professional communication with the client is in the form of a written technical report is key to building trust, transparency, and service and maintaining high standards in the business relationship. The role of reporting and incident documents cannot be overlooked either. Emergencies, malfunctions, airspace violations, or other irregularities are not uncommon in the UAV operational environment. Each such incident must be properly documented and reported internally and often to external institutions. An incident report, in addition to a description of the incident, includes details of the operator, the drone, the place and time of the incident, and the actions taken. This type of documentation is an extremely important crisis communication tool, enabling rapid response, analysis of the situation, and implementation of corrective actions. At the same time, these documents have a legal function and can be the basis for control, insurance, or corrective actions. In the context of professional communication, less formal but still important documents such as email templates, meeting notes, or minutes of briefings and briefings cannot be forgotten. Although seemingly less technical, these forms of documentation are also an integral part of the day-to-day functioning of UAV team and affect the effectiveness of collaboration. A well-crafted email template can speed up the response to a customer request, facilitate the reporting of flight results, or improve team organization. In summary, UAV technical documentation not only plays the function of recording data and ensuring compliance with procedures, but also provides the foundation for effective professional communication in the technical environment. By selecting and using the right types of documents and adhering to the principles of effective professional communication, it is possible to accurately communicate information, plan and execute tasks, respond quickly to crisis situations, and build relationships based on trust and transparency. The proper use of this documentation has a direct impact on the quality of services, operational security, and the development of the competence of the entire technical team.